Pope Tawadros, Pope and Patriarch of the Coptic Orthodox Church of Alexandria, arrived in Vienna, the capital of Austria, on Wednesday, the 17th of May 2023, for a pastoral visit and to follow up on his medical care. He was greeted by His Excellency Mohammed Al-Mullah and Consul General Mr. Mohammed Al-Buhairi. Additionally, he received a warm welcome from His Grace Bishop Gabriel, the Bishop of Austria and the surrounding regions. He was also met with Bishop Pavli, the Bishop of Churches in Montaza, Alexandria, and His Grace Bishop Inianus, the Bishop of Beni Mazar. Immediately, His Holiness traveled to the St. Anthony Monastery in Vienna, and the monastery bells rang to greet him. On the following day, His Holiness celebrated the Divine Liturgy in the Church of the Lady of Zaytoon in Vienna. The liturgy was attended by their graces, Bishop Gabriel, the Bishop of Austria, Bishop Inianus, the Bishop of Beni Mazar, as well as Father Kyrillos Ava Bishoy, the monk in charge of the papal office, and many priests and monks. The term way was used to refer to the group of Christians in the first century. When Christ spoke about the way, he said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." It sounds like one sentence, but it contains three elements. Regarding the Sudan crisis, His Holiness said, "It's a sad crisis that many of our beloved Coptic and Sudanese people are facing. The conditions there are very unstable, and many people have been killed during this crisis, with tens of others injured. We pray for the safety of all of them. Sudan is a very close sister country. Due to the geographical proximity of the two countries, Sudan and Egypt offer security to each other." His Holiness also visited St. Hannah Convent, which is still a work in progress, and addressed the monks of St. Antonius Monastery in Vienna. He checked on their well-being and answered their questions. "You are the men of the commandment, able to translate the words of the Bible into living behavior. Be very confident, fathers, that Christ is leading our lives in the best way." Thursday, May 25th, coincided with the Feast of Ascension. His Holiness celebrated the liturgy at the Church of Mary the Victorious in Vienna. During the prayers, he was accompanied by their graces, Bishop Gabriel, the Bishop of Austria, Bishop Abakir, the Bishop of the Scandinavian countries, Bishop Makar, the Bishop of El Sharqiya and 10th of Ramadan, Bishop Inianus, the Bishop of Beni Mazar, and a large number of priests and the congregation of Vienna were also present. Later that evening, Bishop Gabriel, the Bishop of Austria and the surrounding regions, organized a dinner celebration in honor of His Holiness' presence. This gala was attended by His Excellency Mohammed Al-Mullah, the Ambassador of Egypt in Austria, and his wife. Also in attendance, Dr. Ghada Wali, Executive Director of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime and Director General of the United Nations Office at Vienna, Consul General Mr. Al-Buhairi and his wife, His Grace Bishop Abakir, the Bishop of the Scandinavian countries, His Grace Bishop Inianus, the Bishop of Beni Mazar, Reverend Father Kyrillos Ava Bishoy, and many Coptic representatives living in Vienna. On Saturday, May 27th, the commemoration of the 10th year of St. Marina Coptic Orthodox Church in Brook and Der Moor took place. His Holiness was greeted with hymns and songs from the church congregation, and he listened to children's choirs and watched a documentary about the church's history. We had a great meeting with His Holiness Pope Francis in Rome. It was a very successful meeting that deepened the bond of love between the two churches. Let's count on the child's hand in Arabic from 1 to 6. Asking the child, is this correct? Counting again on the child's hands from 1 to 6. The child count on the Pope's hands from 1 through 6. One more time. We finished the picture. Let's work a little bit more. His Holiness took a flight back home to Egypt on May 28th, carried by the prayers of the congregation. During his visit, His Holiness celebrated 2 liturgies, visited 5 churches, and greeted over 2,500 individuals. His visit lasted for 20 days, with some time dedicated to pastoral services, celebratory events, and a small portion for medical care. He returns to bring joy to his people wherever they may be.